Hi everyone, welcome back to JP WHU TV. It's nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well and enjoying your weekend. This is the preview of West Ham's FA Cup third round replay where we travel to Ashton Gate to take on Bristol City this Tuesday evening, 7:45 kickoff live on BBC One and BBC iPlayer. As always guys, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website where you can purchase some really nice retro gear guys, as you can see from the icon that's up here, along with track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts made by Admiral and Umbro, so go check those out. Any purchases you make through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, as I always say, I'll be sending on to the charity Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're based in the Newham area and they're helping those in the Newham area and the Essex County and further afield for that matter to help put food on the tables for those who have been really struggling over the last 4 to 5 years. So guys, go grab yourself a really nice retro shirt. You'll be saving yourself a few quid in comparison to the club shop, and you'll be helping those less fortunate than you and I. So as always guys, there's going to be timestamps in the description below, so you can see, jump around to wherever you want. By all means, please stay with us for as long as you can. We've been getting very minimal views over the last week or so. Understandable, because I haven't really made any contents for the last week or so, but at the same point guys, please stick with us for as long as you can. So let's start off by talking about the officials. The referee for this game is Darren England. His assistants are James Mannering and Alex James. And the fourth official is Stephen Martin. So as this is a non-Premier League ground, there is no VAR. So we're back to the old days. Now, last time out, as we remember, a week or so ago, we drew 1-1 and it wasn't the best of performances, as we all know. You know, as I said at the time, fair play to Bristol City. They gave it their all. You know, they do seem to be quite strong at defending set pieces. We really struggled with that. You know, it's clear that Mubama needs more game time, but we'll talk about that more when we come on to the starting 11 conversation. Now, our previous trip to Ashton Gate in the FA Cup was back in January 2015, where we beat them 1-0 with a cracker from Diafra Sakho on the 81st minute. So I'm hoping from this point of view, I'm hoping that, you know, they're going to have some injury woes a little bit. They played yesterday. By the time you guys get to see this, they played Preston North End, which we'll talk about in a minute. But in terms of Bristol City's home record in the Championship, because we've got no FA Cup conversations as yet, they've won 6, drawn twice and lost 5, scoring 17 goals and conceding 15. So for those that are keeping track, that's a +2 goal difference at home. And their last 5 home games, guys, listen, last 5 home games, because I was given a bit of grief about the away games last time round. Their last home 5 games they've played, they've won 3 and drawn 2. Now, their highest home goal scorer so far this season is midfielder Sam Bell, and the attacking midfielder scorer of the equaliser in the FA Cup game when we played them at home, Tommy Conway, both on 3 goals. So we definitely need to look out for those two 100%. Their highest assisters is the defender Pring with 2 assists, and the defender Knight on 2 assists and 2 goals. Again, so players we need to look out for there as well. Now, in terms of aerial duels, Dickey is the highest winner of aerial duels, with Namesmith very close behind him, but he is still out with his hamstring injury from what I'm able to see. The only change to Bristol City's injury since the last time we played them, you know, a week or so ago in the FA Cup, is Roberts, but he's close to return from an ankle injury, and also McCronkey is likewise close to return from a reported illness. So sorry, McCroney, I should say, not McCronkey. What's McCronkey from? What's that from? It's got to be, I think it's a TV programme, isn't it? Now, Bristol City played the same starting 11 against Preston North End yesterday by the time you guys get to see this, and lost it 2-0. So there could be some changes. Obviously, we've had a week worth of relaxation. We haven't played football for over a week so by the time this game kicks off. So that's very good. A lot of players have been relaxing. Some have been given some time off, as we know. You know, as everybody's been talking about, Lingard and Fornals racing each other in Dubai. I think that's as close as we get into transfers, guys, because at the end of the day, in terms of West Ham transfers, there's so much bullshit going around at the moment. There really genuinely is. Every single article, left, right and centre, is we're going for him, we're going for that, blah, blah, blah. No, we're not. We're not. We're really not. It's so stupid. Even the articles, when you click on them, completely contradicts the clickbait line. So ignore it. But the genuine stuff, obviously, Conor Coventry's gone to League One Charlton Athletic for around about about £2 million, if I remember correctly, on a 3.5 year deal. It's a real shame about that. It really, really is, because I love Conor. I think he's done very, very well. But I have said numerous times over the last few years that his go-to time was last season. It really was. If he was ever going to do something at the club, it would have been then. It really would have been then. So I wish Conor Coventry all the best with his future career. You never know. He might come back all guns blazing in a few years later, like Juni Stanislas did when we released him, when we got relegated under the frog that shall not be named. You know, he joined Bournemouth and came back and was absolutely fantastic for him. And I said at the time we should never have released him. And I've been proven right to it. I know Junior Stanislas, he's had injuries, etc., etc. But he was brilliant for Bournemouth. He really, really was. We've said it many times. We should have had him back a few years ago. But the other piece of information that's true, and I've already done a video about this. If you haven't already done so, guys, please do check out the card that's up here. Thilo Kehrer has gone on loan to Monaco for so it looks like the money in so far in the January transfer kitty, almost halfway through the month, is £2.5 million in the pot. And possibly saving their wages as well, so that can be adjusted in as well. So maybe 3.5 million available. What are we going to do with it? Probably fuck all, because we've got not much money, as I've talked about with the accounts video. And again, if you want to go and watch that, guys, click that link up here. Now, in terms of West Ham injuries, as we know, Mavropanos suffered a rib injury against Bristol City and may be back for this game, but there's nothing concrete as yet. Cornet pulled up at the end of the game as well, but nothing to suggest that his injury is major or minor for that matter. Bearing in mind, if anybody watched the Rush Green video that the West Ham YouTube channel put up yesterday, showed both back in training, as was Fornals. So he's obviously looked very happy with running around in Dubai with Jesse Lingard. So it looks like, to be honest with you guys, with the exception of the following injuries which we all know anyway, but just doing a bit of a reality check with you guys, because I noticed a lot of media outlets have been making things worse than they actually seem to be, at least at the time of this recording. Things may change, of course, but with the exception of the following injuries, it looks like David Moyes has got a very good squad to choose for. Now, as we know, Paquetá is possibly out to around about the middle to the end of February, the 6 to 8 weeks from the Bristol City game with a calf injury. I said it at the time. It was a wrist, because it's the same injury that he had prior to missing the Brighton game. So should not have done it in any shape or form. But maybe Paquetá lied to the physios, said he was fit to play. You're not going to say, no, sit down. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, we'll talk about that probably towards the end of the season, I should imagine. Michail Antonio is still out with his knee injury issue and is possibly out until the end of the month, early February, as is Jared Bowen with an ankle injury. It looked like it was quite swollen. I guarantee you Bowen's going to be back for Mikey. 100% he's going to be back. Vladimir Soufal has 50% chance of returning from this game from his previous illness. It was great to read that Mohamed Kudus, even though he's out with Ghana in the Africa Cup of Nations, it was great to reading that he's coming back from his hamstring issue, that he was training out there with them. So that's great news. It looks like he's probably going to miss Ghana's opening game, which is in about it's probably around the time you're watching this, guys, to be honest with you. But as I say, it looks like David Moyes has got a very good squad to choose from. I think we still should be playing the strongest players. I really genuinely do. Bearing in mind we're not playing until this time next week with Sheffield United. I really, really do think this is the right time to go out all guns blazing, because guys, we don't want to get this game to go to extra time or penalties. It's Bristol, regardless of what a few people may think. It is in England, it's not Wales, but it does. It's ridiculous that we have to go to the replay. It's understandable at the same point, but the players are more than professional enough to make sure we won that at home quite comfortably this time last week. And as a result of it, guys, I do think we need to go all guns blazing to give players a decent run out in a few days to build up to the Premier League game, and this is the starting 11 that I want to see. Well, I know it's not going to see it in any shape or form, but this is the starting 11 that I like to see. And put your comments down in the section what you'd like to see against Bristol City. Fabianski in goal, with a back four of Johnson, Ogbonna, Mavropanos and Emerson. Alvarez sitting in the hole behind James Ward-Prowse, supporting Fornals, Souček and Cornet in the midfield positions, with Mubama up front. So thank you very much for your time, guys. As always, put your comments, as I say. I keep forgetting to say this right at the start of the video, but for those who have been watching this channel long term, you know that. We're 30, where are we? We are 34 subscribers away from 2,500. So please, please do hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content as well. Please do like it as well, for that matter. As always, guys, hopefully, TFL transport issues aside, hopefully we will be doing the watch along on Tuesday nights. If you please be around there. It's going to be a cracking conversation if we're able to do it. So it'd be great to see you. But as I say, in the meantime, guys, look after yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your week and have a great start to the week if you haven't already done so by the time you've watched this video. And I'll see you very, very soon. All the best now. Take care.